Who's the best pool player on the team?
Ooh. I beat him one time, but I've only played him one time. I'm gonna have to say Mac Moyer on that one. He's pretty precise. He's pretty surgical with the cue, and it's pretty impressive to see. But I got one win over him, and I'm never gonna play him against because I know how good he is.
Finishing 1-0.
Yeah.
I asked Jace how important it is to have experience going into Pac-12 play, or at least have experience in Pac-12 play as you go into it. Just how much does that help you, and how much are you trying to translate those experiences to the younger guys on the staff?
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage to have the experience in pack play that a lot of us do. We try to pass that knowledge the best that we can on to the young guys who haven't experienced it yet. But um, pack play isn't really that different from non-conference play. It's baseball. The game's going to throw different challenges at you every time, and so I think our young guys on the staff, they've experienced college baseball now for a few weeks. They're getting in the habit of doing their routines and stuff, and I think if we can stay with that as a staff, we'll be in a good place this season.
Have you dived into what UCLA does on offense this year?
Not yet. Haven't talked about it yet. I mean, the focus going into this week is just prepare well. Just have a focus in practice and on recovery as well, and just getting your body and mind prepared for the weekend.
How do you feel like overall? How do you feel like you did this past weekend? And you only threw once, but just going back reviewing film, just how did you think you did overall?
I think it did pretty well overall. I think there's definitely a lot of stuff to be learned. Um, I think game management was, I was doing pretty good on that, which that's what I take pride in for myself. But there's always stuff to be learned. There's always stuff you can better. That's really how I took that outing last time. We ended up getting the dub, and as a staff, we pitched not even at our best, and we still only gave up 6 runs on the weekend. So that just tells you how good as a staff that we can be.
Yeah, I asked that kind of similar to Jace. Just your overall, like how impressed you are with the freshmen in the bullpen and on the starting staff, and how they've been able to adjust to college baseball and perform well.
Yeah, I've been impressed, especially with Leo and Jackson Pace. They've taken a big step, and had to step into a starting role. Especially that's a big role to step into, especially as a freshman. Coming in, never played a college baseball game before, and now you're named, one of the starters. And it's definitely impressive to see them have as much success as they've had so far. And I think if they can just keep doing their routines and prepare well as they have these past few weeks, I think they'll continue to have success as they have been.
Austin Anderson's been really good to start the season out of the pen. Just what have you seen from him, and what makes him so effective?
I think he's just funky. He's unorthodox. His motion, I think, messes a lot of people up. I think people don't expect him to land the pitches that he does. So I think that throws hitters off a little bit. I think to have that diversity mechanically in our staff is really helpful. And he's a good guy, prepares well, and throws the ball really well. He's shown that he's reliable too, and he's one of the those go-to guys to have on the staff. That's really valuable.
After seeing the offense struggle against Santa Barbara, how nice was it to see them kind of come to life against San Diego, especially the 13-run game?
It's definitely a breath of fresh air for sure. Um, Seeing our offense, in the fall and early winter, just absolutely rake, and just to see them absolutely come alive. Some guys stepping into roles like Sabine at third base. He's huge for us this past weekend. Just seeing, I just use him as an example, but seeing those guys step up and really really just explode offensively this weekend, it's definitely awesome to see. It makes pitching a lot easier, I'll tell you that. So.